Nubian Public Podcast, Milwaukee Internet Radio. It's your boy Twan the Don. Welcome to the show. In the studio today, we got my boy from Gemini Reels, Mr. Big Bo in the house.
What's going on, everybody? This your boy Big Bo, Mr. Gemini.
Mr. Gemini, yes, sir. So what we are going to talk about today is, I wanted to touch on this subject of the presidential race and these two old cats you got running up against each other. Do we really trust them at 84 and 80 or 81 to protect us in this country?
I don't know.
I don't think so, really. Y'all keep it locked here on Nubian Public Podcast as we explore that. Welcome back to the show. While my boy is over here telling these jokes that I'm just finna set him outside on fire.
Ain't nothing wrong with my little sense of humor, man. Don't be doing that.
Yeah, you sure.
To all the Nubian listeners, I do have a very strange sense of humor.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. Bro,
what's going on?
What is up with this presidential election?
I don't know, man. These two old fuckers, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what, man. I can't even call it right now. But I mean, Biden's been doing an okay job. I'm not going to say he's doing the best job, but he's doing an okay job. That's all I got. I mean, nobody young wants to run that office.
Well, this is what is so politically messed up about our government, is that you have to be a certain age in order to even run for the presidency.
And why is that?
You know, I don't know. That's just how it has always been, which makes no sense to me. Because now look, if Joe Biden, which is a big if.
That is a big if. If he gets that office again.
If he gets this office again, this man will be 84.
Yeah. But I mean, he looks good for his age. You got to give him that at least.
Oh, okay. Compared to how he used to look, he's just not the sharpest tack on the board. Trump. This man will be, if I'm not mistaken, 80 or 81 if he is elected for another seat, a chance at the office. Can you trust?
Not with all that bull crap he's going through right now.
But here's the thing. He did not lose any party affiliation because of his conviction. If anything, it strengthened it.
I give you that.
You know, it strengthened it because as crooked, and I'm just going to say it, as crooked as a lot of this country is, especially the Republican Party. Democrats, you motherfuckers is crooked too. But as crooked as they want to elect a criminal.
Yeah.
They'd rather anybody but Biden be in office. So let's take our chances and elect this crook who's in court 3 or 4 times a week now, which is boosting his publicity even more.
Yes, man. I know I've been seeing that all over the news. Like, it's just Trump. Like, sometimes I don't even turn on the news because I know I'm going to hear something about this dude.
You already know you're going to see his face. Well, yeah, today's court proceeding. Who gives a shit? Lock him up, throw away the key, let's move on.
And that's crazy. Like, even if that does happen, would he still be able to run for office?
Well, as it stands, there's nothing legally written or enforceable that is stopping him from running because technically he has not been convicted yet.
What the fuck is he going to do? Run the country in jail?
If he's convicted, that should automatically ban him.
I see artists making albums in jail because Pac did it.
You're right.
But running the country from a jail cell,
you can't.
That's impossible.
There's no way in hell hell, it's criminals right now that's not in jail that's running this country.
Yeah.
Do we actually need somebody behind the steel wall to keep running it?
No.
Thank you.
No.
Because everybody in fucking Congress and the Senate, all of them is crooks.
I tried so. I could have said it better myself.
So.
I mean, yeah. And I think it starts with Nixon.
Oh,
Mr. I am not a crook.
I am not a crook.
You were the biggest crook in the goddamn nation.
Well, and then so was Ronald Reagan. Now, he was at the beginning of our years, right?
Yeah.
So everybody talking about, well, Reagan was one of the best presidents we had. I wouldn't know. I was 4, 5. I don't know. I don't care. But at the same token,
from what I was told, he was
decent.
one of the most decent presidents.
Well, here's where that gets trumped, and no pun intended. This motherfucker, from what I've researched,
he said motherfucker. Y'all know what that means.
I mean,
that means that he finna go in on.
And I hate to
Ronald Reagan.
I hate to speak ill of the dead. Okay, rest in heaven. But this son bitch then went.
Now he done went from motherfucker to some bitch.
And if I'm trying, excuse me, to remember correctly, that Reagan fucked up a whole lot of stuff. He made weed illegal. Why would you do that?
You know what? To touch on that, you know, if marijuana was legal, it would be less crime in this world. Because motherfuckers would be too high to commit the damn crime.
Federally, it is legal. Federally, yes, federally it's legal, but it's up to each each individual state on a state level to decriminalize it. And the only state that has officially, and there's a few of them, but what comes to mind is California. They have decriminalized it on a federal, state, and local level. So,
Colorado did it too.
And Colorado is another one. Michigan is another one.
I don't care what nobody say. Everybody in fucking Colorado be getting high as hell. In front of the police.
Well,
like, what the hell are you going to do?
Here's another dumb joke, though. Everybody in Colorado is already high as hell. Look at their elevation above sea level. Ba-dum-bum.
Get out. Nubian Nation, I just told this man to get out.
I'm sorry, man. I had to bring that.
That was a good one, though.
But thank you. That
was a good one.
I had to do something. Politically talking, I'm getting pissed off. But who would you rather have right now in office?
Me personally?
Yeah.
I mean, I would love for them to bring back Bill Clinton. He was the biggest pimp in office.
He was. He was also a liar. Like all of them. He was a black man. Don't get me wrong. Here's my point. Well, here's my thing, though, with this, fam. The political parties have been switched. And I think it's called what was the black man in South Africa that ran for president and won? Old as hell. The brother.
Who, Barack?
No, South Africa.
South Africa.
What is his name?
I'm gonna have to Google that.
He fought for apartheid and all of that other stuff. You know exactly who I'm talking about.
Not Elijah Muhammad.
Nah, they said he was dead, but he wasn't dead, and it's oh God, Nubian Nation, help me out. His name is right, and his face is right in my head. I just can't think of his name. He eventually became the South African president. He fought for apartheid.
Nelson Mandela.
Nelson Mandela. It's called the Mandela effect. Now, you know what the Mandela effect is?
I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure you're going to tell
I'm going to fill you in to the best of my knowledge on what the Mandela effect is. Now, when you hear someone talk about the Mandela effect, that specifically means that life today, as you know it and as we know it, basically isn't how we know it. Now, if you remember, if you remember something from back in your day, back in our day, right, that we thought was how it was, but then if you look at it today, you mean to tell me it's been spelled like that all this time, but we thought it was spelled another way? That's called the Mandela effect. Now, a good example of this is, wow, it's many. Then it doesn't help that I've only had 3 hours of sleep and I'm running off of fumes at the bottom of the well. A good example of this is Nelson Mandela. People thought Mandela had died, but he had actually went to prison. And it was all over the media, so the public thought that Mandela had died. Turns out this man has been alive all this time. That's where they coined the term the Mandela effect. Because if you, ask the average person out here today, what do you remember about Nelson Mandela? He's dead, isn't he?
No.
That's called the Mandela effect because the media has portrayed something that it was not originally supposed to be. And it's another term of brainwashing. We've all been brainwashed, okay? Now, if you look at like some of these brands, you know, Nike, Reebok, Feli, Guess, things like that, look at how they're spelled versus how it used to be or how we were brought up knowing it was spelled. Totally different. It's called the Mandela effect.
Wow.
It's all about subliminal government mind control and mind programming. It's a whole different show, a whole different topic that will actually fuck your understanding up.
Like subliminal messages.
Subliminal messages.
And they do a lot of that in like music.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Movies.
Exactly.
You know, like art. Mm-hmm. There's even subliminal messages in art.
It's subliminal messages in money. You look at money, we automatically, you know, like on the back of a dollar bill, you've got the pyramid, broken top. It's subliminal with masonry. This country was founded by Masons. Okay? And people call Masons, and y'all don't come looking for me, neither Masons, because I love you to death. Not talking bad about you.
Please don't come looking for me.
Please don't. Right, love y'all to death. But they say that Masons are a cult or an occult. It's two different meanings. There is a cult and then there's a cult. I'm going to break that down in another show. But at the same time, this country was founded off of Masons. The first president, who they say was Washington or whatever fuck, he was a Mason. The first cornerstone of the White House was a masonry stone, which they to this day cannot find. Tell me why. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. It was a time capsule actually built into the corner of the White House as well. At a certain amount, or whenever this fucking building get demolished or whatever the fuck happens to the White House and somebody finds that time capsule.
You mean to tell me that this building,
Mm-hmm.
this establishment called the White House,
Mm-hmm.
has been built all of these years, hundreds of years,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody's found a time capsule yet?
Nobody's found the first cornerstone, which terms or coins the term cornerstone, because the first brick laid by the Masons to build the White House actually had a time capsule put inside of that brick. But to this day, that has been switched out and stolen by somebody, and nobody can find even the first cornerstone of the White House. Tell me why this whole thing is conspiratorial. You can't.
There's a lot of things about the White House that are that develop a lot of conspiracies, like the Constitution of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
They believe, and this is true facts, that there's a treasure map on the back of the Declaration of Independence. That's what conspiracy theories are saying, that
Right.
like there's a treasure that's been buried that goes all the way back to the revolutionary
1600s.
all
like
the way
that.
back to the revolution years,
Mm-hmm.
that nobody has found yet.
No.
Theorized. Now, do I believe that it's been found? Yes, I do. Has it been covered up for all of these years? Yes, it has. I believe, me personally, that somebody has found that map on the back of the Declaration of Independence. But that's just one theory.
Well, here's what I believe. Do I believe that that is even true? No, I don't. Do I believe that it's something to distract us from regular reality? Yes, I do. And I say that because all the stuff that's going on around us right now, we are so focused on shit that the media throws at us. One thing, again, that I've said on a previous show that I agree with Donald Trump. All of this, if not the majority, is fake news. It is designed to throw a smoke screen at us so we cannot pay attention to what really matters.
That's a good theory.
You see what I'm saying?
That's a good theory.
This war in Israel.
I still say that this is probably one of the most pointless wars
in
history.
It was prophesied.
Next to Desert Storm.
Desert Storm for me is number one. But if you think about it, all wars are pointless. But here's the thing. This, they say, is not a holy war. It is not a spiritual war. It probably isn't. But at the same time, it was prophesied in the Bible way back when the Bible was just begun to be written. You see, this was all prophesied when they said there would be many nations surrounding Israel that will turn against Israel and try to overcome Israel. What's going on? Hamas, Iran, all of them are trying to turn against Israel.
Why?
Because they know that Israel,
the Israelis,
Israel and the Israelis, and here's my air quotes, that's the Holy Land. That I don't believe either. I believe the motherland is the Holy Land, Africa.
I agree.
You see?
I agree.
Again, it's a smoke screen to divert our attention off of what is real and what really matters. Everything that we've been taught in school to this day has been a lie. Everything.
Well, let me ask you a question, Don. Now, I know you was talking about Israel supposedly being the Holy Land or whatever, but I always thought that Jerusalem was the Holy Land.
Well, Jerusalem is just down the block. It's all right there. You see what I'm saying? Israel houses a lot of holy temples that are, again, prophesied to be rebuilt in the time of the Messiah's return. Jerusalem is right there. Israel, Gaza, Jerusalem, all of that's right there. But then if you look north up this block a little bit, you've also got Egypt and, the place where the original real king and queens resided, started life. But it's all connected to Africa.
Wow.
This is the smoke screen that nobody wants, that is thrown at us because they don't want us to know our roots, what really matters. I mean, come on.
What's your opinion on what you think our roots as a Nubian nation really is? I needed to know this.
Well, what do you mean?
Like, where do you think our roots really originated from? Is it from the motherland of Africa? Or is it really from Egypt?
Well, Egypt is a part of Africa.
Well, yeah.
So, technically, it all originated from there. All life, which these scientists and these white folk, they got it right. They did. They got it right. All life. Let me tell you why. Again, discussed on previous shows, the black woman is the only woman that can create any race, or I wouldn't even call it race because there's only one race, it's the human race.
It's the human race. Yeah, absolutely.
Black woman is the only woman that can create any, what word am I looking for? Outside of race. It's not a race. Any culture, any
being, way of life.
Any way, thank you. That's a good one. Any type of human life, no matter what skin color you are, a black woman can create that. A white woman can't create nothing but a white baby.
Wow. That was actually my next question. But you pretty much answered it.
I mean, ain't that deep?
Wow.
White woman can't create nothing but a white baby. A black woman can create a black baby, brown baby, white baby, pink baby, mixed baby. Hell, any color you got, a black woman can create.
Wow.
Now, if that's not the center of life, what is?
What you basically saying is the black woman is the vessel of life.
The black woman is the vessel of life. Look back in slavery days, right? We're going to go ahead and go to break, but look at slavery days. How the white slaves the white slave masters had the black slave women raising and breastfeeding their children because the black woman, the sister, the Nubian queen's breast milk has every nutrient to sustain a healthy life. But they won't tell you that in the history books.
Yeah, you might not want to tell all these women that because they'll fuck around and
let it go to their head.
Yeah,
I think it's a little too late for that.
That's
Nubian Nation, keep it locked. We'll be right back. All right, Nubian Nation, welcome back. I was just telling Big Bo about life and how it was not meant for us to be sick. Okay? Not at all. Let me tell you why. And then I'm going to branch off into something else here. But Nubian Nation, let me tell you something. Did you know that every birth, especially from a Nubian sister,
fun fact,
that happens, okay? You are not supposed to cut the umbilical cord of a baby. You're not. And let me tell you why. Because when that placenta detaches from the womb and is birthed with that baby, that placenta is supposed to stay attached. Because there are nutrients and vitamins that are within the amniotic fluid of that placenta that is necessary for a baby to absorb and soak. But they choose to give a woman prenatal vitamins. Why would a woman want that synthetic shit when all you got to do is leave the placenta attached to the baby for an hour or so and let it dry up and the baby soak up all the nutrients that was in the mother? But they won't tell you that. No, Nubian Nation, they won't tell you that.
Of course not. I mean, that's given us as a black nation more education that I hate to say this, but these white people will not let us have.
Exactly.
They want to keep us trapped in the dark.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And here's another thing. We were talking off air about milk. No human being, especially
I didn't know this.
Nubian human being, is supposed to digest cow's milk.
And why is that?
Because cow's milk is not made to be digested. The enzymes in cow's milk does not jive with our bodies. Why do you think there is so much illness, sickness, and disease running rampant around here now, when back in the beginning of time, the day before forever, there was
the day before forever.
It's
true.
You didn't have Similac and synthesized baby's milk. No,
it was just breast milk.
It was breast milk. Here's another fun fact. White folk, and I know you finna hate me for this, but you're gonna hate me for this, but here's the thing. Back in the slavery days, 1800s, the white slave masters, women, when they birthed their child, they gave it to the black woman. Okay, they gave it to the sister to breastfeed. Why? Because a sister's breast milk sustains life. It has all of everything that you need to sustain life. And I guarantee you, all of them little bastards, and I'm sorry, that was breastfed by their sisters in slavery.
Them little bastards.
Yeah. All these little bastards, I guarantee they grew up being healthy. Why? Because it was off of a sister's breast milk that they survived. You some bitches been treating us wrong since the day before forever and lying to us. It comes a time where this shit needs to stop.
Yep, shit just hit the fan.
I'm just keeping it
pretty
real.
much.
Just needs to stop.
But my thing is that you asked my opinion about all of this, and my opinion is that the black woman, the Nubian woman, is the most dominating force on the face of this planet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, behind every strong man, every strong black man, there is a black woman.
An even stronger black woman. They say the male is the backbone of the home. Well, yeah, because
it's true. It's true in some forms,
right.
But when it's really all said and done, like let's take my household for instance. My grandparents. My grandfather says he runs the house. I look at him like, yeah, you ain't running shit. Yeah, you ain't running nothing.
Nana holding that down.
Miss Bowen is holding that whole fort down.
She holding that down.
Yeah. You ain't running shit. But we just gonna let you think that you running shit.
Yeah. You know. Yeah. Anyway.
Exactly.
You know.
Like I could think of some black queens, like the Queen of Egypt.
Yeah.
She was one of the most powerful colored dark women on the face of this earth.
Mm-hmm.
The Queen of Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
And to this very day, they still have, pictures of her and the way that she carried herself as she walked and the way that she commanded and demanded respect.
Yes.
And she also, not only did she demand it, but she earned it.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's where a lot of people got things mixed up. Respect is earned, not given.
Mm-hmm.
And before she became a queen, she had to earn the respect of all of her followers, regardless of if she was born into royalty.
Right. But they say that Tutankhamun, okay, most powerful male king in the Egyptian realm, I beg to differ. Because the queens of Egypt were the most dominant.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But here's where generationally everything has been fucked up. Okay, look at the chessboard. They say the king on the chessboard is the most powerful piece on the board.
No, it's not.
It's the queen.
It's and I can actually, this is something that I can relate to.
Yes.
Let me tell you something about the chessboard. Granted that the king is the king of the board. Yeah, so to speak. But isn't it kind of interesting how the king can only move one space where the queen can go anywhere she wants on the board. She can move left to right, diagonally.
But
the only thing she can't do is what the knight does.
She can't do a knight move. That's the only thing she can't do is L it. But she can go anywhere, front, back, left, right, diagonal, up, down. But she can't go L.
And here's another thing, and this is going to blow your mind. Every time you advance your pawn to the other side of the board, what can you turn that pawn into?
You can turn that pawn into another powerful queen.
Do I need to say anything else?
So, hey.
Do I really need to say anything else?
So who really runs shit?
The woman.
Thank you. Ladies, look, to your benefit.
We are putting y'all on a pedestal.
Yeah, today is your day on Nubian Public Podcast because you have been raised up on a platform where your head does not need to get any bigger.
Oh, it's too late.
Yeah,
it's definitely too late.
But it is true how much power you hold only if you knew how to use it.
And that's what I've been saying about just us in general as the Nubian nation.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all really don't, and I've said this on countless other shows, including this one. Y'all really don't know what power you really have the palm of your hands.
You really don't.
If we came together as a nation, as a Nubian nation, just like it says in the title,
mm-hmm.
If we actually came together as a Nubian nation, we could run this country. Literally.
Yeah. without anybody telling us shit, we would automatically know what to do.
Y'all don't know what kind of power y'all really got.
Again, it's brainwashing.
Because you know why? Because y'all too busy trying to rob each other, one up each other, take what the next brother has because you don't have it. Get out and get it yourself.
What did most powerful right now? What did Outkast say? You gotta get up, get out, and get something.
Exactly. That's what it's all about. Like, don't take from another brother just because you ain't got it. Put your mind to it. Dedicate yourself to it. Mm-hmm. You can have just the same thing, if not better.
If not better. If not better. But you choose not to understand that, and which is sad. Which is sad, black people, because we spend most. Here's another thing, fam, real quick. Here's a rant that I got to get off my chest.
Here we go. I knew a rant was coming sooner or later.
But we spend so much lost time that we will never be able to get back complaining about what Master Charlie did to us. Okay? Which black folk, you need to get that shit out of your system, because the white folk ain't did nothing to you that you did not allow to happen to you yourselves. So get that shit out your system, like right now, like last year. But
what is the biggest enemy?
Yourself. Bingo. Yourself.
You are your own worst enemy.
You spend so much time complaining about what Master Charlie did to you while you letting him do it. But at the same time, the other 50% of your time you're spending trying to impress him. Make up your fucking mind, people. Either you hate it or love it. There is no straddling the fucking fence here.
Yeah, there is no gray. There's no gray area.
Gray area.
Either you with it or you're not with it.
Or you're not.
It's one or the other.
Like, get it together. Do you hate them? Do you love them?
No, they don't hate them because they're too busy trying to be him.
Yeah, my whole thing. My whole fucking point. But again, I'm so sick of hearing it, America. Black folk.
I can't even deal with it.
I won't deal with it no more. Because whenever I hear somebody say, oh man, well, it's because of such and such, Uncle Charlie, that I ain't got it. No, it's because of yourself. Yeah. Because nothing's stopping you from going to get it.
I told you, with hard work and dedication, the sky's the limit to what you can accomplish. I've always said that.
And I agree. You have always said that. Us both. We've always said that. I got where I got because I got to where I am now because I never quit.
Same thing with me. That's how I got to this point where I am today. Mm-hmm. Because I put in that work. I kept going and I kept pursuing.
That's right.
And with friends and family constantly supporting my cause, I accomplished. And I'm not gonna stop.
No, there's no such thing as quitting. No, except for this show tonight, Nubian Nation. It's been great talking and getting this shit off of our chest. Because whenever me and this man get together, we talk about some real shit.
Oh yeah,
and that ain't gonna stop.
100% real and uncut. We don't play no games.
We don't play no games, boy. Don't play no games. We about. No, we ain't. But anyway, we ain't about killing. But anyway, look, Nubian Nation, thank you again for tuning in to this segment. It's a lot that needed to be said. It's a lot that we did get off our chest. But the thing is, are you going to soak up what we told you? Are you going to replay this show until you get it right?
I hope they do. Because, you know what I'm saying? We ain't getting no younger.
We not.
And time waits for
no one. No one. It's been fun, Nubian Nation world. We love you all. Until then, I'm your host, Twan the Don, here with Big Bo from Gemini Reels. Nubian Public Podcast flagship, Milwaukee Internet Radio. Any final words, fam?
Oh, you know what I always say: stay black, stay black.
What he said. We out.